Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for double Euro 2020 Group D, is it we're in? I don't know what we're fucking doing now.
Group D, yeah.
Yeah, Group D fucking final watch-along. Basically, somehow England and Czech Republic have qualified, even though obviously if Scotland or Croatia will win by a big margin and one of us loses by a big margin, we'll finish in third. So tell me how that works, I don't know. But it is what it is. Obviously, England versus the Czech Republic, or Czech Republic versus England officially, but at Wembley and at Hampden Park, up in Hampden Park, where our good friend Colin is from. Scotland are hosting, even though they're hosting Croatia.
Bro, I wouldn't be too overconfident if I was you, because remember, you couldn't beat that Scotland side, bro. So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Just saying.
I'm not being confident at all. I'm just saying who you're playing and where you're at Hampden Park and all that, where you're from.
Yeah, well, mate, I've been on a high ever since Friday night, bro. Seriously, I've been fucking. I don't know if you watched Albert's podcast, but I was a bit smug.
Just a tad. For anyone who doesn't know, Albert had Colin and a few others on the channel the following morning. And to say Colin was the only happy person on the podcast was an understatement. Also joined by Andrew as well.
Oh my God, I love it.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Looking forward to this. Saka's starting as well.
Yeah, now Saka's starting. I'm really up for it. How are you, Colin?
I'm golden, mate.
Good.
But obviously, with all that has happened, obviously, a great result the other night, but your best man of the match from the other night, Billy Gilmour, was tested positive for COVID. He can't take part. Obviously, who was it came in? Is it coming for him? Can't remember who it was now.
I don't know. I've not checked the lineup yet.
But basically, he can't play. And whilst all that's happened, two of his Chelsea teammates that play for England had a nice little chat with him in the tunnel afterwards, and basically because of that, they can't play tonight either. Mason Mount and Ben Chilwell. And obviously, if we win the group, yeah.
Why aren't any Scotland players having to self-isolate?
Well, apparently, there's it's more. It wasn't nothing down to what was on the pitch. It was to the aftermath in the tunnels. Instead of going off in their separate separate changing rooms, the three Chelsea contingent got together outside and had a nice one-on-one chat, basically.
Yeah, no, but the squad have been with him all the time.
Oh no, that's what the Sports England are saying. That's
changes room.
Yeah, this is
about all training.
I know.
Yeah.
Absolute joke. I'm sorry for Charlie for Gilmour, but he's a really good player. It's a shame you're missing him, but the fact that two England players have got to self-isolate and no others just baffles me, to be perfectly honest.
Well, especially when everyone's tested negative for this as well. No one's tested positive either, apart from obviously Billy. They've all returned negative tests. And it's like, oh, by the way, no, but they've been sort of isolated out. Like, it doesn't make sense, but apparently that's what the Sports England for the government have said it has to be done. So but once from the negative takes a positive, because as you said, Saka and Grealish are starting ahead of in place of these two players, and obviously Luke Shaw's starting. Again, what does my head in? Why is Kane why Harry Kane and Sterling are starting when they haven't done anything to blow the tournament wide open?
I know. Well, I mean, as much as I absolutely loathe Harry Kane, and it's really annoying because I have to keep putting my hand in front of my eyes so I cover the pitch that he's on. Apart from that, you still have to start him with his goal-scoring record for England is pretty phenomenal. You still have to, unless he's like really injured, you still have to start him ahead of the other strikers options we've got. I personally think. And I really hate. I literally hate myself for having to say that, but it's true, really. I mean, you can't ever write him off because he could go and score a couple of goals tonight, and no one would be surprised, would they? Really?
No. Do you think also that this Tottenham palaver all going off behind the scenes is sort of just distracting Harry as well in his performances, because he's not the same since the end of the season.
Well, yeah, he's a bit of a simpleton, isn't he? And his brain can't really hold too much information, I'm sure.
Oh,
So he can't think about too many things at once. So I'm sure it does affect him a little bit. But I mean, once you cross that white line, there's no excuses there really. He may well be thinking about it when he's in the hotel and doing that. But being at the level he is, he's at the absolute pinnacle of his career. You've got to be able to clear your mind as soon as you cross that white line and you're on the pitch. So, I've missed you too, Russ.
He says Colin's not too shabby either. Maybe Scotland, ripping the Scotland shirt again.
Yeah, Ross, you want to, close your lid a little bit, but, whatever.
I have to say, though, I don't know about you guys, one player that's really actually quite impressed me this tournament so far is Jordan Pickford. I don't think he's put too many, put foot wrong, really, has he? He's been pretty decent.
No.
Yeah, so far so good on that side of things, yeah.
He gets a lot of grief from you guys, but to me, he's an all right goalkeeper. I'm not saying that he's like world class or nothing, but when you look at your other options, like because Southgate really wants someone who's comfortable in the ball at his feet and whatnot, and trust me, I hate that. But out of the goalkeepers you've got, Pickford's probably the best one with the ball. So in that respect, I can kind of see where he wants to go with it. So
he was just. I think he's going back a little while now, but he was very, very erratic, especially in his club career for a little while. He was a typical nutcase goalkeeper, wasn't he? Doing really odd things, running out. But he seems to have cut that out of his game. Apparently, he's been seeing a psychologist and really sort of helped cut that out of his game. I think I could do with that psychologist's number, to be perfectly honest. But he seems to have really upped his level a little bit to me. But yeah, great that Grealish is starting as well as Saka. But clearly, for me, it's all about the Saka man today. And I just really hope he smashes it.
Well, teams out in Moscow, by the way, doing the national anthems as well, and Wembley anyway. But Russ is saying in the chat as well, this is Grealish's moment to prove, not just shine, but prove himself that he's worthy of a first 11 spot going forward.
I hope he has a great game, but I really hope that Saka gets man of the match. I hope he outshines everyone.
Obviously, yeah.
That's just the way I'm thinking. Yeah, it'd be lovely to see him rip it up tonight.
Yeah. Well, just as Arsenal fans for a second here, obviously this makes this obviously Tini playing for Scotland tonight as well. But with Saka playing for England, it makes it a bit more special because he's literally one of our own. He came through our ranks and all that. It makes this game even more special to us as Arsenal fans. We're a bit more excited for it because we want him to do so well.
That I can kind of get on board with.
Bit surprised that Maguire's made it back so quickly, to be perfectly honest. It seemed like Jordan Henderson was ahead of him in his recovery.
That's what Southgate said.
England podcast and everything. So, yeah, a bit surprised he's starting the game.
Do you think he's rushed him back because he's thought that the combination of Stones and Mings hasn't really worked how he would have liked?
We haven't let in the goal yet, and I can't say that Mings is really, again, as much as I don't think he's a top quality defender, he's not really put a foot wrong, is he? In the last two games, no. It's a bit unfair just to drop him just like that. It's definitely not full, put it that way. He's played pretty well, really. And Stones was unlucky, obviously, in the last game, hitting the inside of the post, and he played well. But I think Mings has done pretty well, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I don't think he's done bad either. But from Southgate's point of view, you'll want his first choice back. Well, his first choice centre backs, then wouldn't he?
We wanted some sort of
Yeah,
match fitness as well, because
one thing
obviously.
I'd
Sorry,
say,
Andrew.
I was going to say one thing I'd say is that as much as again, I'm not saying that Mings is like the absolute top quality defender or anything. People have been knocking him for making mistakes last season, but one thing's for sure, you cannot say that Harry Maguire has not made his fair share of mistakes. I mean, the first thing I think of when I see his name now is that Tottenham game where Man United got beaten 6-0 at home by Tottenham. And he was just like wearing clown shoes, and it was the worst defensive performance I've ever seen in my life. So you cannot say Maguire is not like prone to the odd lapse either, to be perfectly honest. I would say, and I'm not, again, similar to Mings, I'm not saying he's like an absolute top quality defender, but I think when you look at the squad and the defenders that are in it, I think that Rob Holding is unlucky not to have even been considered or mentioned in any way. Because you cannot say that Rob Holding didn't have a good, consistent season last year, despite our form. He wasn't a defender that you could say has made tons of mistakes. He's been very consistent, and I think that as far as an English defender goes in the top flight, he wasn't even considered or mentioned in any way, shape, or form to be part of the squad. I'm not saying he should have been, but I think he's unlucky not to have been in the conversation.
Yeah, I suppose, but you know how Southgate works. He won't look at it like that. You'll just he'll look at it. He'll look at it like who's done well, like who's like name wise who's done well. Like,
I mean, you put him together with Connor Cody, right? And look where Wolves finished. They had a really poor season, and we had a much far superior defensive record than Wolves.
Yeah, I'm surprised Connor Cody got in though, like, because
Holding didn't even get a mention. That's what I'm saying. I just think it's a bit unfair.
Even Ben White got ahead of him as well. Obviously, Ben White's in the squad as well. I know it was obviously last minute.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And Rob Holding has got more experience than Ben White. I'm not saying he's a better player. Again, before anyone sort of jumps on my back or anything. But, and I'm not saying he should be in the squad. All I want to say is that he's just very unlucky that he's not even been mentioned when you consider the other defenders that are there. Anyway, it's kicked off. I'm on 129, 130, 131.
I'm on one. I'm literally 30 seconds behind you now. I'm on 105.
Okay.
But yeah, talking of Ben White, I've had a chance to ask you, Andrew, what are your thoughts on all that? Obviously, every day we're hearing it, any day now is going to be announced.
Oh my God!
That's
either bad.
I was going to say the way you just put your head in your hands. I think, oh God, no.
We just hit the post.
Who hit the post though?
What start? Sterling. Great.
Sterling. Sterling done something. Bloody hell.
Oh.
Again, Kane's so deep. I'm just about to see it now. Here we go. Oh my God, he's mishit it, doesn't it? Yeah, hits it.
I think he did unlucky. I think he was quite unlucky there. The run was superb. But yeah, I do not want to see Kane as a number 8. What is that all about?
This is what I'm saying. The last two games before this obviously kicked off just now. We've been covering the games, and it's literally every time we say what he's in. He's even the DM, centre midfield role, DM, like no connection to the attack, where he's out in the wings. So he's just not in the position he needs to be in. That he's been employed basically to play in for his country.
Yeah.
It seems he can't switch off from what he does at Tottenham, in terms of he has to drop because of players around him, to what he has to do at England and stay where he is, because he can't stay where he's at England because he's got better players around him. Let's be honest.
I've said this 100 times in my way that a striker should just be on the last. He should be up front. He should be scoring a goal. He shouldn't be dropping deep. You should have players around him to support the striker. But I don't like this striker. This deep-lying striker that's just cropping up now. He should be on the last man all the time, just ready to roll off the shoulder and run onto the ball. just be fed the ball all the time. I just don't understand why you have a world-class striker and you don't use him as a striker. Just tell him to stay forward. Tell him to stay on the last man all the time. Just makes me really... It's not a hard thing to do. If he could do that, I mean, he needs to do that really because he's got the ankles of an 8-year-old woman, so he's got to save his legs.
Oh dear. Started again. It's only a few minutes in. We started off okay, England. But yes, I forgot to ask before kickoff, Colin. How are you feeling? Obviously, going into this game against Croatia, do you think you can get the win and get the third spot?
Well, Stuart Armstrong's coming for Billy Gilmore, so that is something. I would have liked to see Ryan Christie in there, but that's just me. Would have. Lyndon Dykes starts with Che Adams, which you kind of knew that was going to happen. We weren't going to change
against
that.
England, so yeah.
Yeah, we weren't going to change that. The back three we've not changed: McTominay, Hanley, and Tierney, which I like. The wing backs haven't changed. Robbo's out on the left. O'Donnell's out on the right. Who just a little reminder. The Scottish Cafu that you made the other night.
Dickhead.
The daily reminder.
You laugh now. You watch Arsenal fucking Bayern because of that now. Who replaced Bellerin? Fucking, and then you will be laughing, won't you?
Well, actually, I don't know if he'll replace Bellerin. I don't even know where it is.
Well, first we've got to find a club to buy him first.
What happened? Yeah. Internet just dropped. I don't know what caused that. It's really annoying that they've got London written on the stadium rather than Wembley.
Yeah. Yeah, do mine in as well.
It's Wembley.
Also, if you heard today, obviously the news that's from the semi-finals and the finals, respectively, both all going to have 60,000 capacity fans, basically. Well, say fans, it's going to be majority of the sponsorships in.
Yeah, that's going to be great news, isn't it?
Well, talking of great news, obviously, as you mentioned before, Andrew, it's been confirmed today that a pre-season mini tournament's been confirmed for between Arsenal, Tottenham, and Chelsea.
Yeah.
In the first week of August.
I haven't looked on the website yet. Are tickets available for sale now?
I looked into it. No, tickets are not available yet, but obviously, just keep your eye out. Basically, they've just confirmed it that it's going ahead. I think we won't hear in terms of tickets. We probably won't hear until we know the situation from the 19th of next month, because obviously we're still everything's been delayed, hasn't it? So once they know officially how many they can have in, tickets will go on sale, I think, for that. So yeah, literally, if anyone doesn't know, we got to play Chelsea twice in a month. One as a friendly at home and one in a competitive game at home. And Tottenham as well. Yay. They're gone again. Bloody hell. Not a good day today. But last night was Warren, now it's Andrew. Oh dear. Stefan saying Kane, play shit, get captaincy, great management. Again from Gareth. There's always going to be that disaster, that sort of this situation come up. The second he made him catch for the last World Cup, this is always the possibility this could happen. And what would he do? But it is what it is.
anyway, quickly pop back to what you asked me before my Wi-Fi went first time about Ben White.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking is that, and I'm hoping more than think this is the way it's going, but I'm hoping that it's probably as a replacement for Rob Holding rather than William Saliba. I think it might, if it works out that way, and we've given Rob Holding a new contract last season, and we sell him this summer, that shows me massively that we are getting our act together.
Yeah. Again, like you said about Rob Holding, nothing against him, but I'd rather that than we loaned out Saliba again to Newcastle or Nice or whoever. Because otherwise, just
next summer, he is classed as homegrown.
Yeah, because you've got a contract with us, yeah.
I mean, even this is what, and Clive said this, I think, on the Arsenal Vision podcast. Even if the worst case scenario that we loan out Saliba again for one more season, then sell Rob Holding, he will come back as a homegrown player. Now, I hope we don't do that for obvious reasons. We all want to see Saliba given a chance. But I've always had that sneaking suspicion when, as soon as, because I wanted Ben White last summer, you know that. I did that. I did a show about it. So I'd be delighted to get the guy because I think he's a brilliant player. He was the player of the season when he was in the Championship with Leeds, and we all know how hard the Championship is as a league to get out of, especially working under a coach like Bielsa. And to get Player of the Year is some feat. But I was listening a lot to the Totally Football League show throughout that season, as I always do, and they were always praising Ben White, and that's where I really sort of first started to, my ears pricked up about him. So I'd be delighted to get him. Regarding how much it's going to cost, I don't care because it's not our money, and we've got to get that into our heads. It's not our money, and we're still being linked with players like Maddison for 60 million. So it's not going to be the fact that we're going to blow our nice little cross there.
I mean, even the links for that, what's it, Slavica have come up as well for like 17 million.
Yeah, yes! Goal. It's...
Come on.
I thought it was Saka for a second, but it wasn't. It's Sterling. But even so.
Goal's a goal. As it stands for the top of the group.
It's a great play by Saka in the lead up to that, I must say.
Let's watch. Here we go now, yeah. So Saka gets the assist then. No?
Get in. I'll tell you what, England started this game really well.
Oh, I see what you mean by Saka. Yeah. I understand, yeah. Well, as it stands, boys and girls, England on top of the group.
Grealish cross and...
yeah. Both Saka and Sterling went to attack it and Sterling got the head to it. So there you go. First goal of the night goes to England. And, as I said, it just as we are top of the group. What's Saka took his shirt off?
I don't know why he took his shirt off.
But yeah, so anyway, as it stands, if we win the group, we're going to play either France, Portugal, or fucking Germany. But yeah, sorry, you were saying about Ben White.
I'd say that the money doesn't concern me because if he's the right player for the squad, he's the right player, and I'm not worried about the money side of things. And it shows with all the other players we're linked to in different areas of the pitch. Even Ramsdale, 20 million, which I don't understand. But it's not going to be the fact that we're going to do all our budget just on him. So I'm not worried about that. But I do have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be Rob Holding that should be worried more than... Because everyone's just instantly assuming that it's Saliba that's going to be worried. But I don't quite see it that way yet. So I hope I'm right, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we? But as far as the player goes, I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy to be linked with players like Maddison. both Premier League proven players, and this is what we've been clamouring for years. So far, the links are good. Just have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, definitely. Also,
but Ramsdale, I'm not sure about at all.
No, I don't want Ramsdale.
If we could get Onana, what's my name, then for about 9 million, why would you go for Ramsdale for 20 million?
Oh, exactly.
That really doesn't make sense at all.
Again, Ramsdale for me, it might be disrespectful to say, but he is English and Arsenal. I don't rate him.
No, and even if we got into a bidding war with other teams over Onana, what's my name, and went up to 20 million, that's still a better buy than Ramsdale.
Oh yeah,
he's a far better player.
Also, because obviously if we were to get Onana, that would mean obviously Leno would be out the door basically because he won't stay around to be number 2, and obviously Onana's not going to come in to be number 2 and all that crap. So even though Onana can't play till October, get him in still. But then Leno wants to go, he goes. Go and get Matty Ryan in as well, and have him as number 1 until.
Matty Ryan and Onana, ideally, that'd be fantastic. But even if we keep Leno until January and sell him in January, that'll do. I mean, I'd be quite happy with that as well. So I think it's November he can start playing, isn't it? Onana.
Yeah, November. You can start playing from November the 3rd, but you can start training from September.
Yeah.
But either way, as you said, if Leno stays until January, or he goes now, and we bring in Matty Ryan as well, it takes the pressure off Onana when he is available. But he doesn't have to come straight into the team and perform straight away. Assuming that it all goes well in the meantime, Matty Ryan or Leno, whoever it may be, can stay as a goalkeeper and just ease Onana in.
Yeah. I'd even rather go for Matty Ryan every day of the week. Oh, God, nice bit of play by Saka again. Why is that not free kick? But, yeah, I'd rather go for Matty Ryan over, what's his name? The other guy I've just been talking about.
Ramsdale.
Ramsdale, thank you.
That says it all. That says it all.
No, I've tried to instantly put him out of my head. But I think he's a better goalkeeper full stop than Ramsdale, Matt Ryan.
Have we got a goal in Scotland?
I've never been impressed.
No, we have not. Still 0-0. Oh, Jesus. Right as you said it as well, you fucking melts.
The reason I asked, because I was watching Scott's stream, he's doing his little disco fucking graphics.
What, they scored?
I don't know who
scored. They have. They've scored. Croatia have scored. Yep.
Oh, is it onside though? Does it count?
I don't know.
Apparently,
that's a bummer.
Okay, no, there's all to go for now because you have to score. You haven't scored yet. You definitely have to score too.
Yeah.
Just saying.
What is that, man?
Tierney.
I'm not one of these people that hate the other home nations. I do want Scotland to go through.
Oh, that's shocking. Really, that is shocking. The same guy who was between Tierney and fucking Armstrong, like, bruh.
Oh, him again, bloody hell.
No, McGregor. Oh, what?
Not McGregor.
What is McTominay doing? He looks away from the fucker. Jesus, man.
Is he still in defence, McTominay? Is he still one of the back three?
Yep. Right. Oh, boy.
There's all to play. There's all to go now for Scotland. Scotland have to come out now.
Literally. All the work on Friday down the tubes. Brilliant. As it stands, lads.
As I'm saying, as it stands, yeah.
The trouble is, you've got You've got difficulty scoring, haven't you?
Yeah, because we've got a donkey up front.
It plays with QPR, yeah.
Is Che Adams not starting?
Che Adams is, but so's Linton Dykes, and that's the donkey I'm referring to.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Oh, dear, fucking hell. Good thing Warren's not on here then, because he'll be fucking rubbing it in now. Oh my god, again. I've just seen the goal now, they're just showing it on the TV. Oh my days.
I know, it's shocking, isn't it? Again, individual mistakes happening. We don't need this.
I wonder, it's not like you're playing on a neutral ground. You're at home as well, got the home crowd behind you. Surely a bit sort of a boost to the players as well. Not trying to have a go or anything. It's just a bit weird.
No. It's fine though, because
I'm not saying this because of. I'm not saying it's because of who he scored this against, Colin. I promise you. But to take the Scotland part out of this, what about Patrick Schick's goal again in that game? Then I mean, what the hell? One of the best goals you ever like to see in it, really. The curl,
all right.
swerving.
All right. I'm
not saying it because of Scotland. I mean, we haven't spoken since then, but I mean,
all right. Listen, right. I'm going to pull you up on that right now. Yeah, it is a good strike. I'll give you that, right? But here's where you've got it twisted. If Hendry doesn't give that ball away in the final third, that goal doesn't happen, mate.
I know, but I mean, mate, just taking all that stuff away, what a finish! I mean, it didn't even bounce before it went over the line. It's just unbelievable to watch. I mean, take the mistakes out of it and the goalkeeper being too far out, brother. I mean, it's just the vision and the accuracy, the technique that it took to do that. What a goal!
You can't take the mistakes out. You can't take the mistakes out of it though, because it's those minor details that led to it in the first place. So you're saying take the mistakes out of it, like that's like saying take the context that led to a penalty out of what led to a penalty. Like it's just.
I'm talking about the individual skill that he showed to score that goal. Not thinking about how the ball got to him, whatever, but the fact that he instantly looked up, took one stride, and just did that, just a fantastic goal. Just got to take your hat off to him.
Yeah, I'm not taking away anything from the goal, but all I'm saying is you have to take into account the circumstances surrounding the goal as well. That's all I'm saying.
You do when you're analysing the match as a whole and why what happened in the match. Yeah, you do. But when you're talking about just the skill of the goal itself,
is that not what we're doing though? Is that not what we're doing? I'm
talking about the goal. I'm just talking about how good the goal was. I wasn't. I said take Scotland out of it and their part of it. I was just talking about the execution of that goal. That's what I was saying. That's what I said. So I'm not saying this because of Scotland. Is there being the opponents. I'm just saying the goal itself, as a single entity, was phenomenal.
Look, I know what you're saying, but the thing is, though, the logical part of me cannot take the mistakes that led to that out of it. Like I'm not dwelling on like that game or nothing because it's game and it's gone and everything. But to not take those mistakes into account would be wrong of me because like that's just the kind of person I am. I can't just look at one singular goal and think, holy shit, that was
Scotland. Scotland just had a chance. Begin. Independent area. Oh my god!
You know what?
We've
He's
got both
probably the
games
most
on now.
likely to score. He's probably one of the most likely that's going to actually get a goal, isn't he, McGinn? Really. Remember that goal he scored against Arsenal? That got
Yeah,
slapped.
fucking hell, yeah.
What a finish that was.
One of our better players, if I'm honest. Oh, how did that not go in?
It's only intent. At least you're not back. At least it doesn't like sitting back and buckling under the situation that you're in now. You're actually trying to go for it, showing some intent.
No, it's just our defenders are. How do I put? Okay, Tierney aside, of course.
That's like Tierney aside, yeah.
Yes. How do I put this? How do I say this nicely without offending anyone?
Garbage.
No, no. They're championship level quality defenders, mate. It's as simple as
garbage.
that. I'm not. Okay.
Well, one of them. Well, one of them technically is a CDM for Man United as well. He doesn't play centre back for United.
But he's played centre back for Scotland several times.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying that. So.
He shouldn't have to. He shouldn't have to.
Why didn't he square it? Why didn't he square it, Todd? You'll see this in a second.
Pain and
Why didn't he
squaring.
square it? I'm not being funny, right? Sterling again, all on his own.
What a coincidence.
Andrew, can you explain this to me, right? Because I'm struggling to work this out, right? Why does Kane play so differently for Spurs and plays so crap for England? Like, what? Why is that? And why is it that most of your players play crap for England as well?
Perhaps he doesn't get the Crayola surprise to him for England.
But yeah, just looking back on England got a corner here. Scotland got a free kick as well. But looking back at the early 2000s team under Sven-Goran Eriksson, especially 2006, that team was set up to win the World Cup. Let's not get twisted. And they, in terms of personal players that we had and the qualities they had as an individual, but they played as individuals every time.
That's a definite foul. That probably 100% a yellow card. He just took Armstrong out. We bell end. Oh, bro, he just kicked. He just you can't kick like that. No. Yeah, Lovren booked. Go away, you fraud.
And then McTominay in the process of the free kick does take out a centre back for Croatia as well in the process of heading the ball. As you'll see in a second.
McTominay is not a good centre back, man, but he plays there because he understands what Steve Clarke wants. So I'm not against him playing there.
But yeah, as I was saying, literally, we had the Steven Gerrard at his peak, Lampard, Beckham, Owen, Rooney just come through at his second tournament, obviously 2 years on from 2004 and all that. Joe Cole, Ashley Cole, Sol Campbell, John Terry, Ferdinand. Just this was endless. The amount of players we had capable, but it had never worked. Their own individual egos from their respective clubs carried over to international football, and they just refused to work together. And I think that's the same here nowadays. Certain egos are too big; they don't want to work as a team for the country.
No, and that was something that was discussed on BT Sport a few years ago, where it was like Lampard, Ferdinand, and I think Gerrard as well, where they were talking like, yeah, we got along on the pitch and whatnot, but we wouldn't like converse with each other by choice. It was almost like, putting their own like career aspirations ahead of what was best for England at the time, really. But at the same time, your managers haven't really helped you in the sense that they seem to want to just cram all the best players into one starting 11. And that's why, because I still can't get my head around the fact that you played Scholes on the left for some reason. Like,
Stefan's having a little dig at Harry as well. Nice, it's all good. Even though it's international football, we all come together and have a dig at Tottenham lot. It says there's no truth in the rumours that Kane is giving up football to become a narrator for the well-known publisher of audiobooks. Oh my God, that's scrappy.
What, for audiobooks for the deaf?
Oh my God.
Jesus. Oh, man. I'm just straight in with that. Woo.
Andrew, don't hold back. Say how you feel.
Yeah, don't hold back, man. Don't hold back.
You know we always do.
Right. Not a bad ball in. Oh, no one there. Come on. I wouldn't say we've played bad. We've just been, again, it's what I talked about on Friday, right? It's individual errors again. Like, that's, you can't be making errors like that on this stage. You can't.
Stefan comes back and says, well, he did play for the Budgies. Obviously, Stefan is an Ipswich fan, so you know there's a dig at. Oh dear. That newly promoted Premier League team, isn't it, Stefan? Whilst you're still in League One. League One. Oh dear. Yeah, we haven't played, as like Andrew was saying, we haven't played bad in this game. We're just game management really at the moment.
We started really well, but we dropped off a bit lately. But obviously, you've got to remember, Czech Republic are actually a very good side. If Kane had buried that chance, or actually squared it to Sterling like he should have done, Muppet, then
that's twice in 3 years.
Be 2-0 up.
Yeah. Just like 3 years ago in the semi-final. What a coincidence. Oh, dear. But Colin, you're not alone, apparently. Cheddars is watching the Scotland game as well with you.
Oh, big up Cheddars, you know. Maybe a Liverpool fan, but, you know, there's always bants between us. So.
At least he's not a Tottenham fan, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Oh, Grant Hanley's down.
No.
Middle of the pitch. This ain't good.
No, it's not. Because we might have to now shift fucking Hendry into the back three. Oh, joy.
Not Colin injury, is it? Brought him out of retirement.
Oh, no. No. This one's far worse.
Oh, dear.
Go on, Saka. Go on.
One rubber.
Corner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Cheddar's got tickets for the next round. Obviously, the winner of this group, basically. He's got tickets for that match. He's obviously saying playing for England to win the group, so it's likely to be England v Germany. And watching that live at Wembley will be something else. Obviously, yeah, they're fucking mad. Go on, Saka.
Absolutely typical that Germany's just started to
turn it on.
How many years around just before we're about to play them?
Been crap for the last few years. Literally, the last game just turned it on and tore Portugal to pieces.
It doesn't look good for Hanley, man. He may have tore his hamstring or something.
Scott McKenna's come on for Hanley.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Good. Scott McKenna, mint.
England got a set piece here as well. Called, I think it is. There we go. So we do from this and nothing. Kufau gets in the way. But as long as we don't have to play France in the next round, I don't care. Or Ronaldo, because our history of Portugal isn't good either in knockouts.
Oh, come on.
Go on, Sam. Go on. Oh, okay, yeah. Sod.
The
Ref's in the way of the game as well.
Happened.
The ref's in the way, is it?
I know Grealish tried to make a pass. It hit the ref. And the ref
Yeah.
gave like a drop ball, I think.
Yeah.
Since when's that thing? You just play on.
Well, he's not aware of his surroundings either. He's just literally like he's.
We're fucking wank at the keeping possession, man. Awful. I know we're not a possession side, but Jesus.
Oh my God! What the fuck just happened?
McKenna's got a yellow card.
Already,
literally, not even long after coming on.
Okay, you're in trouble already, then. Looks like we get something.
I like McKenna, yeah, but he's very rash.
Luke Shaw's literally just taken a boot to the head.
Yeah.
And
I've seen that, yeah.
How CZECH, I think it was, just missed that shot.
Yeah, so yeah.
Actually, an empty goal. It was CZECH.
I don't understand how no one's been linked to him either after the year and a half he's had at West Ham.
Yeah, I know. I can't either.
Steve in the chat saying, nice block by the ref.
Injury protocols followed there either, was it?
No, nothing. If Kane gets man of the match, Stefan, I'd love to know how. He ain't done nothing so far, and it's going to justify it.
I think he means mom of the match.
Oh dear. Do we actually see Harry Kane at Tottenham next season at the start of it?
Yeah, with Daniel Levy, I can.
When does the window close this year? Do we know? Is it like last year, Kane's on to start the first few games of the season?
I think
if so, then yeah.
August, doesn't it? Well, I can't remember the date. It definitely ends in August, but
yeah.
The end.
Well, as long as Arsenal get their business done, their main first team business done before the start of the season, I don't mind.
This is Arsenal, mate. We
I know. I mean, literally, of the last 48 hours, all I've heard is that we've got to come to an agreement with Anderlecht for their player. What's his name now? And literally, but not to be announced until X, Y, and Z. Why can't we announce it now? You watch, you'll announce it as we launch our new home kit.
Come on and sign the conga.
No, in our fan base though, literally a conga in the stadium. If he scores and puts the man in the match performances, we'd do conga around the stadium back to our seats. Oh dear. I mean, we've already got a song ready for Onana when he comes to us.
Yeah, definitely. Onana and La Conga both got great songs.
31st of August. So it goes into the season. So yeah, Kane's still be there. Then. Oh, go on.
I'd love Kane to stay at Tottenham, to be perfectly honest, because he'll just get more and more and more pissed off as each week progresses. The fact that he's still there.
Yeah. No, fuck their season up, so yay.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm on board with that. Plus they can't find anyone that wants the job. Even Ryan Mason's like, no, I'm out. I don't want to be here.
No, they don't want the job, man. They don't want the job.
No one wants. That's what I'm saying. No one wants to stop. Even Ryan Mason's actually left the club. That's how much he doesn't want the job. He's just like, no, I don't want to be here. Thank you. Go away.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That. Oh, brilliant.
Ledley King. He's the last man standing.
Arsenal appointed the physio. They're going to end up having to do that.
Oh yeah, that's going back. That's going back a few years. Yeah.
Yeah, going back a while, huh?
Oh. Yet again, Kane's out in the wing.
Wayne Rooney and fucking at left wing all over again.
Oh dear. All we need is Harry Kane to start taking the corners.
Kane just like goes around all the grass, like snuffing out truffles, trying to get truffles out. Sniffing the grass. Just goes wherever he wants. Ridiculous.
Andrew, you're on something else tonight, bro.
Steve is asking when did Mason leave. I think it was in the last week. They did it.
Yeah.
They did some announcement thing, that tweet they put on their actual main platform, and he was literally like, "Oh, I've loved this club so much. I know how much it means to me. I've got to move on." Like, yeah, you just don't want the job, mate.
No. Another thing, if Harry Kane wanted to leave, why would he sign a 6-year deal? Like, bruh, you are literally tying yourself in with the devil.
He's not exactly dressed brain cells, is he?
No.
He may be a gooner at heart and in his head and all that, but he's not exactly got a brain between them, has he? Brain cell.
Bruv, let's be honest, right? That red hairspray must have seeped into his brain.
To the point he's actually forgot about the photos that always come up on social media, even the ones where he's in the Highbury in the Champions League nights with the scarves and all that. No, it never happened.
You're like, that's not me. What are you doing? That ain't me.
It's my long lost twin. Oh dear.
They'll start the season with.
Scotland have scored. Scotland have scored.
Don't ruin it for me, you fuckers. Don't ruin it for me. I will log off now. Don't ruin it for me, you bitch.
That's all I'm saying. So you're prepared.
All right. Not bad.
Say one more. Who scored?
Oh my god, that's not. Oh, Robbo. Oh, good ball in. Oh, bit scrappy there. Oh, what a finish! John McGinn, I think. Wait.
McGinn.
No, it was McGregor. Oh,
McGregor,
you lovely man.
And there you go. Scotland have finally scored.
We've been given hope. Yes. Oh, that was brilliant.
You've broke the curse so far. You've actually scored your first goal of the tournament.
Oh, yeah. You can see they're going mad as well.
Get in.
I literally heard the goal, right, about a minute before it happened because I could hear the screaming across from me. So it was like, yo, I knew we'd scored, so I was like, yeah, go, whatever.
And you're having a go at me for saying they scored?
Well, you're in front of me. You're the only one I can have a go at. I can't have a go at them.
Oh, dear.
I can't have a go at them because they're not on my computer screen. You're on my computer screen, bro. So I can have a go at you. I just can't have a go at them.
Oh, dear.
It's a good finish.
Jesus. Yeah, even Steve in the chat saying it's a nice goal as well.
Croatia really are shit, aren't they?
No, I told you this the other night.
I know you did. I didn't listen.
But now you literally got. Be sensible now for the next couple minutes before half time. Be sensible. Get yourself into half time.
All right.
I think
preferably I'd like another goal before half time. But
I'm saying don't overcommit now going forward and leave gaps.
No. If we overcommit, then If we overcommit, then Modric will tear us apart.
Oh dear. Stefan in the chat says you sign a 6-year deal, so the club who wants to buy you have to also buy out the contract.
Yep.
It's fucking a lot of money though. That's the thing, because they're length for the contract. The length of the contract that makes it so.
Well, Man
expensive.
City have submitted an offer to Tottenham, and they're prepared to pay 100 million. And what's funny about that is all you hear from City fans is, "Oh, we don't spend big money." Well, you do now.
Don't spend big money. You literally one summer spent £250 million just.
I know, but in their head, it's like spend big money on one player. They spend big money on on several players, but never one player. Well, you can't make that argument now, can you?
No, they are going to be. It was only Harry Kane. Of course, we needed him, even though it doesn't suit us. Suit the Guardiola way. He doesn't. That's the thing.
I'm telling you, if he goes to Man City, he will score 40 goals.
Oh, he'll score. Literally,
here's the thing, right? I take issue with the fact that Kane doesn't suit the Man City system, right? Because if you're that good, like Harry Kane is, you can suit your game to any style. Like, because if you remember, like, because I hate mentioning his name, right? But when Van Persie left Arsenal, right? Oh, Jesus! Almost 2-1. Oh my God.
Oh dear. But yeah, you're saying about Robin.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I can't take it. But like, Robin Van Persie was
Stefan Harrington. 100 million and an interpreter.
Jesus. Like, because Robin Van Persie was that good where he could suit any style. Like, because when he left Arsenal, we were a team that dominated the ball.
Yeah.
That year, Man United, I remember watching that season, right? And the first half of that season, I remember thinking they're going to win the league because this is the most atrocious football I've ever seen from Manchester United. But they're getting away with it because they've got Robin Van Persie.
Yeah.
Like, that first half of the season, I was just like, yeah, they're winning the league. They are.
Well,
no ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. They are winning the league because of Robin Van Persie.
And that's the thing. Right? Alex Ferguson at the time, he realised the year before they just missed out on goal difference. The reason why they again was the goal. They lacked goals, so they went and got the best striker in the league. Came from us, strength of the rival, and fell apart ever since.
Yeah. Oh, we're really good. We're coming on to them now. Let's go. Oh man, we're really putting them under pressure now. And this is the thing. I've not seen us play bad once this tournament.
No,
that's the thing. Like, we've just been incredibly unlucky, like with individual mistakes and not converting chances. Ironically, that's probably the first goal we've scored all tournament.
It is your first goal.
I know it is. That's the funny thing. If we go through and beat Croatia, right, and only score 2 goals, only scored 2 goals. This whole group stage is the jammiest fucking thing you've ever seen in your life.
England have only scored 2 goals.
I know. But you have a better squad than us, right? So for us, it's acceptable. But for you, it's not because you've got a better team than we do.
Plus, this is your first tournament for Scotland since '98.
Exactly. You've had how many tournaments?
We're season pros. We're season pros of this tournament bollocks.
How many tournaments have you guys had? Like millions?
That's the whole point of saying that England are big shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you, Andrew. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not. All I'm trying to do, right, is put the the view across that we've not actually been that bad despite only scoring one goal. You have been terrible and you've only scored one goal.
We'll never get anywhere under Southgate. That's what I've always said that. I always will say that. He's a shit manager.
This is what I've said. This is what I've said.
Manager in the world. Job
Yeah.
got.
Oh yeah, definitely. Literally, until he got given the under 21 job a few months before getting the senior job here, he hadn't had a job, full stop, since he got sacked at Middlesbrough back in 2009 or whenever.
And if you actually watched that under 21 tournament, Ryan, right? If you actually watched that
summer,
that summer, right? I know it was. I watched it. It was. Honest to God, you got knocked out in the group, bro. That's how bad you were.
He had this really good youngsters then as well.
I know. You had Harry Kane in the youth squad, bro. You had Harry Kane.
Yeah, me and Colin went through the squad the other night.
People just like him. You know, he's obviously very good at interviewing. Right? Obviously, he's good at the press, and people just get taken in by him. It's just useless as a football manager. Absolutely useless.
This is what I've said. I mean, the English FA have got this.
It's because we've got good players. We've got good players, and that's despite having a crap manager. So imagine what we'd do if we had a good manager in charge of this squad of England players.
Yeah. And with a good manager,
if you give Eddie Howe the squad, Andrew, I'm convinced he wouldn't do as bad as Southgate. I know it's not like I know it's not football. I know it's not like a glamorous name or nothing, but I know like Eddie Howe's not like the big name that some people would want. But you know what? I know, and that's what you've got to compare it to. It's like, is he better than Southgate? Answer: yes. Would he play better? Would he play better?
To go anywhere?
No,
he's not going to go. He's not going to get sacked. Even if we go out in the next game, he won't get sacked because they just love him. He's the media darling. He's exactly what the FA want in a manager, and he just won't go. We're stuck with him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if he's the longest-serving England manager. I don't know, decades.
If you underperform in the World Cup, if you underperform in the World Cup in Qatar, then he might go, but he's not going before then, mate.
No chance.
What was it? Roy Hodgson, even Roy Hodgson, for how bad he was, let's be honest, in terms of this, what happened at Euros, he went on his terms because his contract was up. He wasn't sacked. He went on his own terms. It just seems as well, in terms of the FA itself, in the recent years since the Capello, the FA are reluctant to go down that route of even looking abroad now. Because they've done it twice, and both managers, Ben Eriksson and Capello, have both given them grief and put them in the firing line because of their demands are higher. I know that. I'm just saying, but because they demand more than what an English manager would, they don't want to go down that route again by the looks of it. Because lots of Southgate, the reason they're hiring lots of Southgate, because they go, oh, thank you, I'm so grateful. Let me get on my knees and do what I've got to do to stay here. So we say, read between the lines.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously the non-Englishman, if he was in charge of England, wouldn't be like that, and they'd actually probably demand more resources to improve things and be better and make the team better and actually be competitive.
Yeah,
I just don't think that Southgate has got a deep enough tactical knowledge to outwit any good team that we come up against.
It's not like I
just seems that Cheddar's said that you can't say he's done bad, got to the World Cup. I mean, any decent team would have got to the World Cup semi-final with that draw that we had. I mean, we literally scraped past Colombia on pens.
Yeah, busting over teeth.
Was it Panama?
No, it was Panama in the group stage. Yeah, we battered them.
You barely got past.
I was going to say,
you barely got past Colombia, bro. That should have been the warning right there.
Yeah,
exactly. As soon as we come up against a half decent team, we come unstuck.
Yeah, literally, as you said, half decent team in Colombia, took us away to the pens. We just got through the skin of a team, then we played Sweden and only just won 2-0. Wasn't really tested. It was literally because of how young the Sweden team was. We just got through that way. And then literally, we go play Croatia in semi-final, go 1-0 up. For some bizarre reason, he changed tack, takes all the attackers off at 1-0, and then we end up losing 2-1. So when we go 2-1 down, we've got nothing to bring on because he's used to subs to go defensive.
We've got to go for another goal. We've got to, and we didn't. He will not be. It's like in the Nations League when we got to the semi-final. We didn't play any decent teams. Got to the semi-final, come up against a really, compared to their history, come up against quite a weak Netherlands team, but still got beaten by the Netherlands in the semi-final.
Yep.
It's just as soon as we come up against anyone half decent, we will lose, and that is not good. He has got no answers to a manager that's got better tactical knowledge than him.
And even in that playoff game for that Nations League thing against the team at Portugal, but I can't remember who it was now. We struggled with it. We only just won it on pens in that game by the skin of our teeth, and we struggled. We were poor in that game. How we got the pens, I don't know. But it's ever since then the football's become more dull as well. I mean, literally. In this tournament alone, he's playing with Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice as his pivot against this. With all due respect, this standard of opposition. That's the sort of pivot you go with defensive wise against the Frances, the Germans, the Portugals, and that sort of quality team. Not against no disrespect, Scotland, fucking Czech Republic, and Croatia. A Croatia team that's on its knees.
This squad is absolutely set up to play 4-3-3. And the fact that he's playing the 4-2-3-1 system against, like you say, the defensive 4-2-3-1 at that, with really two. I mean, to be fair, Calvin Phillips has been sort of breaking forward, but if we'd have had, say, Calvin Phillips in a 3. And sort of he can drop slightly back like he does for Leeds United.
For Leeds,
we could, and we could have had a couple more attacking players alongside him. It would just be so much more to watch, with the players that we've actually got in this squad. And why? I mean, for the last 3 seasons, Sancho, can he do any more with regards to goal scoring and assisting? I don't think he's right up there in the top 2 or 3 players in Europe, isn't he, with regards to goals and assists combined? And he's not even had a minute yet. Not even had 1 minute on the pitch.
Nope.
What other Europe international team wouldn't have given Jadon Sancho like a real starring role in their squad? I can't think of
exactly.
one. Maybe France, because of the strength of their squad. Maybe France. But apart from that, I think he would get into every single team in this tournament.
Well, that's another thing that Southgate comes out and he shoots again. Southgate shoots himself in the foot. He says things because that's been mentioned in this apparently in the press conference yesterday. Why is it Sancho and Bellingham not getting more time, more game time, and all that? They're just here for the experience. What sort of message does that send them players? They're playing for one of the best teams in Europe in Borussia Dortmund, a Champions League level team. Period.
It's going to go for 100 million quid. Not quite this summer, but close to 100 million quid.
And Jude Bellingham as well, on that as well. Both playing for the same team, obviously. Scores one of the goals of the tournament against Man City in the Champions League as well. In terms of going back to Jordan, he's been arguably one of Dortmund's best players apparently since he's arrived. Consistent, he doesn't play knuckles down, he performs. What sort of message are you sending that lad at this tournament? You're saying you're good, but you're not good enough to be in this 11. You're just going to be here watching. Remember the criticism Spen got back in 2006 when he put Walcott in the squad and never played him.
I know. Well, I genuinely think that we are where we are purely on the basis of the fact that we've got some extremely good players at the moment in this squad. And we're doing well because of that and not because of how the manager is setting them up on the pitch and telling them to play. we're doing it despite the manager rather than because of the manager. I genuinely believe that.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, my favourite team.
Sterling miss that? Jesus.
My favourite team has definitely been Italy. I knew they were going to do well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tips before the tournament was because of the way they've been playing. But I'll tell you what, I've never seen an Italy team play as well as they're playing. I've never in my lifetime. We've had some amazing Italy teams. Don't get me wrong, but to actually sit and watch them and enjoy the football that they're playing, I think they're one of the best in teams I've ever seen.
What was it now? What was it? 30 games now undefeated, and what was it 11 games without conceding? The stats are mad.
That's the thing though, Ryan. Like that Italy team, right, on the back of not qualifying for the World Cup was at its lowest point. And since then they've been bringing through the youth, and that team has only started to click now.
Yeah,
we haven't seen them at their best yet. We haven't.
It's their best run since the 1930s.
I know, and that's the scary thing, Andrew. Right, when you think about it, because this team has not fully clicked yet. When they do, oh my god! Like I genuinely fear for other nations once that Italy team clicks. In fact, I wouldn't be shocked if they won the World Cup in Qatar, if I'm honest.
Definitely not. And you know what? The most enjoyable thing about them is that they never take their foot off the gas until the whistle goes at the end of the match. They are always trying to play and impose their game on the opposition. That's what I love about football. I want Arsenal to do that more than anything. I just want to watch that football where a team will dominate another team and they will never take their foot off the gas and start taking it easy. At 60, 70 minutes, the game's won. Let's take it easy now. I love watching teams that don't do that and just carry on.
He's making a
try
sub.
and score more and more goals. I just love it.
Well, Southgate's making a sub.
I love that. I love that as well, Andrew. Honestly, I do. But the sad reality is, not many teams do that. Italy are very cunning in the way that they do it, because if you notice, they lull the opponent into a false sense of security where you think, yeah, they've got there's this weakness here and this weakness here, right? Specifically at left back. I know Spezzanola is amazing, but outside of him, they don't really have anybody. And teams think that they can just, counter attack them and they'll get some joy out of it. But the truth is, counter attacks don't work against that Italy side because they'll pass you off the park before you even get the chance.
It's unbelievable. Right? That Spinderella, they've got a left back. Spinderella cut it up one time. Right-footed left back. What a player he is.
Spezzanola is amazing, man. He really is.
Calvin Phillips has been subbed off.
Henderson.
Second Rice, sorry. Henderson on for Rice. Okay.
Well, he's not sticking with Well, at least he's trying things.
Yeah.
I just really, really hope we just don't drop off this half and just drop deeper and deeper. I just want us to really try and go for it because we're through. Whatever happens, why don't we just try and go for it this half?
Yeah. That gives an opportunity for you guys to really put your marker down.
Oh yeah.
That's an opportunity. That's an opportunity for you guys to put your marker down because you and the Czechs are through regardless, right? So why not use that as an opportunity to go, you know what? No, we are one of the teams that should be among the favourites for winning the Euros. Let's show everyone why.
Well, Scotland's kicked off as well.
I'd love to see it. I really would.
I'd have loved to have been there. I'm not even gonna lie.
No.
I would have loved it.
Oh, is there any more games? Is in the knockouts? Is there any games at Hampden Park?
I don't know. Maybe not. Because the whole plan for like the Euros, right, was to see how it shaked out. If Scotland England was at Hampden, you best believe I would have been there.
Yeah, fuck you, Ryan. I'm going to Hampden Park.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, yeah, screw you, I'm going.
Fucking hell, that would be a mad atmosphere though. Because obviously,
you couldn't really blame me if I did that, though, could you?
I mean, it'd be the first tournament in over 20 years, so no.
Exactly.
It's a derby, and it's a derby game as well, basically.
Exactly. It's like, hey, I've heard this. Go away.
You've lived through the Bertie Volts era.
Mate, I know how shit that was. You don't have to remind me. Jesus.
Oh dear. What was
Actually,
that? Oh,
speaking of which,
I lived through the Graham Taylor era at England, mate.
oh fucking hell, yeah. That's really nice.
Oh.
Dude, I'm not like that.
I'm going to look up what Bertie Volts is doing now. Just
Probably
out of curiosity. I don't know, maybe.
Got to be retired by now.
Maybe. Let's see. Managerial career. Huh. His last job was the technical advisor to Jurgen Klinsmann. Oh boy.
What, in the States or Germany?
Yeah. No,
Oh,
the States. I mean, I'm not being funny here, but I wouldn't take Bertie Vought's advice for nothing, mate. Like, move on, bruv.
And yet Jurgen Klinsmann wants to go to Tottenham. Yeah, in that case, actually, yeah, you can, Tottenham, go ahead.
Yeah, take Bertie Vought's with you too. Can you imagine the banter that would be? Can you imagine the banter that would be? Jurgen Klinsmann and Bertie Vougts at Tottenham. Oh, brilliant! Love it.
They should go after Felix Magath, the one that looked like the bloke.
Oh, Fulham, yeah.
That was a manager of Fulham for a while.
Fulham, yeah, for a while, yeah.
Oh, that wasn't great. That wasn't brilliant. No.
Oh dear. Oh bloody hell! We're coming together there in the Scotland game. Sorry.
I can almost hear the guys at the pub going mad. Like, that's the thing.
Imagine if you win the game then.
Oh my god. I'm never going to get sleep if that's the case.
What sleep?
I'll be straight round the pub, to be perfectly honest, joining him with him.
Yeah. Yeah. If we win tonight, yeah, I might just call in sick to work. No, I'm joking. I won't.
Yeah, no coincidence whatsoever, boss.
No correlation at all. No correlation.
That's why I got a very bad headache, boss. I can't stand up. Oh dear.
It's coming out both ends, boss. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
You opened that can of worms, mate. That was on you. Oh shit. No. Oh. Grab it.
That's poor for Kane in the end there. Go on, Phillips. Don't. They don't smack it. Fucking hell. Go on,
that's poor.
Oh,
that's unlucky, that. Oh, wait. Marshall's
Sterling,
lucky, that.
Dickhead.
Marshall's lucky, man. Those studs nearly catch him in between the nutsack.
Let's ask David Seaman how that feels. If you know, you know.
Oh god, he itches, didn't he? And he came back on. Oh.
Yeah, literally. It happened during half
That-
in the first
that's a
half and
hard
all, and
one.
literally he did. And
Well,
obviously he's like, he knew something weren't right. Yeah, but obviously he knew something weren't right. He raised his hand with his glove, and the white part was completely covered in blood. He showed Lee Dixon. They were like, "Fuck yeah!" Now they didn't think he'd come back out. And obviously he said, got back in half time quickly. Stitches in that area as well, of all places. He came back out for the second half and finished the game.
Unbelievable.
He's all right.
He's got his own podcast thing now, hasn't he? He's just launched.
Yeah. Do you listen to like the cliche football cliches? They copied all the chuckles that he had in that one episode. I think it's a 1 hour episode, and there was 132 chuckles in there. And they did a montage of them all.
Fair play, John. Got the time on their hands. Oh dear.
He's one happy geezer. He's one happy with his life. He is.
Yeah. Well, if you can be happy, go ahead and do it, because life's too short and everything. So.
Oh mate, yeah, he's living his best life. He is, David Seaman.
Yeah, man.
The second half, I don't know if you agree with me, Colin, but the second half of your game is very end to end at the moment.
Well, do you know what? It was our equaliser that really sparked it into life. Like, because if you notice, up until the halftime whistle, we were actually playing the better football, and we were all over them after our equaliser. So halftime really came at the wrong. It really didn't arrive at the correct moment.
With the England game, this is exactly what I was fearing. Like,
dropping deep.
Czech Republic just bossing possession now.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It just really annoys me more than anything.
Literally, Colin, we're sitting back and allowing them to have the ball and pass it across the pitch.
Bruv, that's what Southgate does. I don't know why you're surprised at that.
I'm not surprised. I'm just saying, I'm informing that.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Gareth Southgate. He cannot get them motivated enough.
Go on.
What?
Unlucky.
We as England fans, right? I think everyone, if you took a poll, everyone would have known that Scotland would outpass us, outrun us, be more motivated, be more up for it. I just knew it from the start, and we just take that for granted now. That Scotland will just be all over us.
Yeah, and do you know what? Do you know what, Andrew? Yeah.
Be that way?
Do you know what, Andrew? Yeah. See that game, right? And Ryan will back me up here, right? See when that group was announced, I was like, we'll get something out of that because of Gareth Southgate. Because of Gareth Southgate, right? That's why.
I would put money on us not winning that game. Yeah.
Yeah. And because a lot of people just wrote us off, like, right before the game, and I was just like, no, if you've watched us play at all, you'll realise it's not as simple as that.
It doesn't matter if you hadn't won any of your previous 10 matches. I still wouldn't put money on England beating Scotland. I wouldn't.
The same Bertie Vots no more.
You'd be much more up for the battle than we ever would. And why is that? That is just wrong. That's got to come from the manager.
Yeah.
There's no other reason, no other way for it.
And if you ask me, Andrew, I'd say we've got a better manager than you.
Oh, without doubt. Without doubt. I don't think that's up for debate.
No.
Got to get straight at Scotland.
But that's the thing. Like, why should England settle for a worse manager than Steve Clarke? This is what winds me up.
If it's because the players if it's the players that are at fault and not being up enough for the match against Scotland, like the way Scotland players are and always are, then you're picking the wrong players in my book. You're picking the wrong players. I mean, why should you have to be motivated to play in an England v Scotland match?
Shouldn't.
There's absolutely no. answer to that at all. You should not be. You should be pumped up to the maximum and give your all in that game.
Yeah.
And
even when we were shit, we were up for it.
We always get out fought and out muscled and outrun, and it's just not on. Not on at all.
No, and even when we were shit, Andrea, under Bertie Votts and Alex McLeish and Walter Smith and all the rest of it, right?
Oh, Tierney's down.
Oh no! Oh, good save from Marshall there.
Got a smack to the head, so it's a bit winded from the head knock.
Yeah, like even when we were shit, we'd always be up for that game, no matter what, and your quality would get you over the line. But like under Southgate, the players may like him, but that doesn't mean he's the right man for the job. Like, for instance,
they probably like him because he's like a mate. He lets them do what they want to do. He's very easy on them.
Yeah.
And he's not a hard taskmaster.
No, he's not. He's not. They'll realise that they can walk all over him and get away with it, and that's not what you want. That's not what you want as a manager of. Well, it doesn't really matter what nation you manage. You don't want that as an international manager. You don't, because then you'll get things like, oh, can't be bothered to turn up today.
No, players loved working for Arsene Wenger because he was an easy guy to get along with. He was not a hard taskmaster.
But he had the people around him as well to do that job.
The difference was he was probably one of the most tactically astute guys around at the time. In his earlier days, for sure. Not in the latter days, in the earlier days, for sure.
No. And if you look at, if you look at what Arsene Wenger had in the early years, right? I mean, yes, during the latter years, it was all nicey and everything, but the one thing that Arsene Wenger had was that kind of, I guess, like that it factor, like that aura around him where you thought, yeah, I trust you. Like, Southgate doesn't have that. Very few managers in world football now have that aura about them where players go, yeah, I trust you.
Czech Republic are bringing on David Luiz.
He's a confused Colin now.
Wait, is that Luiz Czech now?
Yeah, he must be.
Oh, dear. But amongst all that, Scotland literally about two. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's a spit of him.
Oh no! Oh shit!
Colin's just seen what I saw about a minute ago. McGinn at the near post getting.
Oh, McGinn! No!
But going back to that guy he's a spit of David.
Jesus. Oh my God! They are lucky that didn't go in.
If that goes in, I think that's it. You go on. You go on then if that went in. Oh, Scotland doing that now. Got the ball. Oh, give away a free kick.
Do you know what? The angle of the kick. It was the angle of the boot that made it go. That made it go wide. Like, if the angle's even slightly different, it goes in.
Gary's in the chat as well saying, TV commentator, Greed is asked for the ball, Sterling doesn't give it. At Villa, Greed is asked for the ball, he gets the ball. And then...
You know what? This half of football, well, this match actually, it's just like watching Arsenal under Unai Emery.
Oh no.
Yeah. In the end time, so we say.
A good half and then a bad half.
Yeah.
Where we sit back and hold on to the lead. This is going to be the same.
Yeah. The minute you play a good team, Andre, you're going out.
Oh, as it stands, winning the group, so we've got to play a good team next round.
Much further. Wales, I wouldn't be surprised if they get to the semis because of their draw.
Look, Denmark next.
Oi, that's a foul. Come on.
Is that been
Saka's-
confirmed? They got Denmark.
I think so. I'll
Wales.
double check. I'll double check in a sec. But Saka's down now holding his foot.
He's all right.
Oh, fuck off. Is that a foul to them?
Oh, no. Oh, fucking idiots. Seriously. I don't want to... Oh, go on, Saka, go on.
With the obligatory fat bloke with a no top on
Come on
in
up.
the crowd.
As always in this tournament.
I'll tell you what, though, Greenish has done nothing, has he, really?
No.
Been totally anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
No. Oh, my God. Are you serious, man?
Yeah.
Have they
Modric has scored. Modric of Croatia.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So now Scotland have to come back again and score 2 more goals in the last 25 minutes.
Oh, no.
It's a brilliant goal from Modric. I can't even be disappointed about that because it really is phenomenal. Although
Oh, shit.
I will question why is no one marking him anyway?
Yeah.
Like,
Also switched
bruh,
off.
come on, man. Again, you can't leave Modric unmarked like that. It's a great goal, but it's poor marking.
Again, taking a bias out of what I'm about to say here, but watching Croatia for the last 2 games, they don't deserve to go through. It's going to annoy me that if they go through.
Finally, they're bringing David Luiz on.
They asked him if it's a squeeze. Yeah, he set the goal, but I'm saying his general gameplay since then in the match, he hasn't been getting the supply. He just hasn't been involved in the game, and yeah, that's what we're trying to say. Not absolutely going, no, that's it. Fuck off, sort of. He's like writing him off and all that. We're just saying literally that this is the situation we find ourselves in with Grealish at the moment.
Well, let's hope David Luiz gives away a penalty and gets sent off.
Yeah. He's in sort of the same stature of David Luiz as well, isn't he? In terms of his build.
Yeah. He literally models himself on him every single day.
Okay,
Looks so good. Yeah, looking good, man. Do you reckon we'll have full stadiums next season, at the beginning of next season?
Depending on how the test events go, the pre-season stuff, like the London tournament, and all that depends on how the test events go, don't they? I think as long as there's no rise, as long as we don't see no significant rise in the cases or anything like that from now on.
I don't think you will, mate. I
that's what I'm
really
saying.
don't.
As long as that doesn't happen, I think we will do. But
Yeah.
If we're having 60,000 in Wembley
yeah,
for the semis and the final, then surely,
surely, yeah.
well, surely to goodness, there's no reason why not, eh?
No. I think it's just a matter of time before we're like all back to normal life again. And I'm not just talking like fans in stadiums and whatnot, like to the point where we won't have to wear masks anymore. Thank God, because the second this whole shit is over, I'm throwing every single mask I've got out.
Rashford and Jude Bellingham are better come on are getting ready to come on anyway.
Yeah.
As well.
Why is Jadon Sancho not getting minutes for you guys? I don't get that.
No, I don't know. You draft Southgate. I have no idea because he was fucking Southgate's love child at one point and constantly playing him. Now he just doesn't want to play him at all.
Why not? Why not put him on? I mean, why not?
Come on, Scotland, you get a goal from this. Come on. Sterling's now down, screaming at you know what.
Saka's taking the free kick.
Oh, what is that for a ball? Like, come on.
David Luiz. You have no idea how similar he is in everything that you're seeing of him.
Is it just the hair or is it the build?
No, it's build, hair, everything.
Oh my god!
I'll tell you, he did one little 5-6 yard sprint, which tells me he's a bit quicker than David Luiz. But otherwise,
what is that for a corner? My god! Like
wasteful. That was wasteful from McGregor.
Grealish is coming off for Bellingham.
I know it was Ryan. Like you know them. Like you see that on the fucking schoolyard pitches. You know when someone overhits the corner right on the far side, and you're screaming at them like and going, "I'm in the fucking box, mate. Why are you overhitting the fucker?"
Ryan Fraser's better come on for Scotland.
Oh,
that should come on for Sterling.
This ref's been shite, by the way. I've noticed
that as well. No, I've noticed that as well.
I'm putting that out there right now because if you notice, Modric's goal, as good as it was, it came from the fact that we should have had a foul in their half.
Really? Okay.
Just saying.
Why didn't Kane come off? I just don't get it at all.
Because Kane's Southgate's love child.
Saka's gone over to the left, and he took that free kick, which maybe looked a bit.
Armstrong on it now. Penalty. Come on.
Took it with his left foot. Kid just mint.
Come on. Good ball in. Nothing really. Have it off.
Definitely was showing it again. Looked like a penalty to me.
That's what Maguire was asking for as well. Yeah, as soon as he went down.
Yeah, Cheddars. That's what I'm on about. This ref has been absolute dog shit. Like he has been. No one can tell me that wasn't a foul to us because it was. It's bullshit, man. Oh, what are we doing?
You're panicking now.
I know we are.
Got hold of his arm and his shirt. How's that not a penalty? Got hold of his arm and his shirt.
I will say there's VAR as well in this competition, so it's been getting used a lot more than what it has been.
I'll tell you what, though, the referee, I have to say, he's been really good in the whole tournament.
They're parking the bus now.
Have you noticed how smooth the VAR decisions have been?
Come on.
Man. 2 minutes. Play's just carried on going. Why can't I've got to take a massive look at this, the FA, this tournament, and see how it's actually supposed to work? Because it's been quite good, I have to say. But I do find that a bit weird.
Ryan Fraser's just come on for Armstrong.
Yeah, Armstrong's not done a whole lot
as well.
Personally, I would have taken Armstrong off and put Ryan Christie further forwards. That's what I would have done. But who am I?
They're wasting time there, by the way, with this so-called injury to the defender.
I know. It's tactical.
But yeah, going back to what Andrew was saying about VAR, I mean, yeah, as you said, it's been seamless when it has been used. It's been no issues whatsoever, from as far as I'm concerned, and it always ends with the referee having the final decision. He's referred to. If he has to go to the screen, he's referred to it, but he still has to make the final choice what to do.
But there haven't been these long delays. They've just carried on with the match, and then it's just been loads better. You're not just standing around waiting for decisions at all.
Even the offsides have been literally like, boom, done. Okay, he's onside. Oh no, he's offside. And it's done. It's done and dusted to move on. Not waiting, as you said, what seems like forever or things like that. Because before this tournament obviously kicked off, the FA Premier League are going, we're going to introduce thicker lines to the offside thing. I was like, what? How's that going to help?
So close. Saka was nearly clear through them, but it was just a bit too hard for the ball by Calvin Phillips.
I mean, bias aside, I think Saka hasn't had a great game, but he hasn't been bad. He's had a good game. He hasn't had a great game.
He hasn't had much of the ball.
No, that's what I'm saying. But when he has had the ball, he's been proactive on it.
He has, yeah. He's looked dangerous when he's had the ball, and they're entrusting him with a lot of the set pieces as well. Which is good.
Yeah.
Left-footed, right-footed.
Oops, drinky.
Go on, Ryan. Go on.
When Bellingham came on, I saw him do the gesture of 4-3-3. But I
saw that as well.
I find it odd that Kane stayed on, to be perfectly honest, for this last part.
Yeah, he usually gets subbed off in the last 5 minutes with Southgate. If he does get subbed off, apart from the last game against Scotland.
It would have been nice to see Saka on the left with Rashford in the middle and then bringing on Sancho on the right. Just for the last half hour at least, like 25 minutes or so.
We're going out, lads. We're not going.
England have got a bit more possession now. Right, thankfully.
We're going out, lads. We're not.
All we can see is a late equaliser, or worse. The way things are going, it's just how lucky is really. We need to get another goal.
Just to solidify this result, yeah.
Oh, all right. Fraser, come on. Find something. Oh my God! The possession is sloppy.
Useless.
Come on. What?
Corner. Got to be a corner.
What a useless corner. One of the worst corners I've ever seen.
That's coming from an Arsenal fan, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen a fair share of crap corners in the last 2 years.
Luke Shaw's corner in a second.
Why's Luke Shaw taking the corner?
What? Honestly, Lyndon Dykes is a donkey, bruv.
I'm surprised he's still on, actually. No disrespect. But just, yeah. Sure, there's better options on the bench.
He's not just a donkey. He's one of those donkeys you see abroad that's been really mistreated, that has to be taken with care.
Bruv, he's got, like... I just don't understand why Steve Clarke likes him so much. Like, why? Like, it's not like...
Because of his pointy nose, maybe.
Yeah. I mean...
His nose is like grew out of that, that, what's it called? That film.
This is what I'm like... I mean, I don't want to, like, give Steve Clarke any grief or nothing, because I think what he's done has been great and everything else, getting us to the tournament and everything. But Ryan Christie did really good against the Czech Republic, and he's not played since. Like, what is going on?
Arsenal were rumoured to be after him about, not last summer, I think maybe the summer before.
But
decent
yeah,
player.
he's a good player, Andrew, right? But here's the thing, right? If the minute Arsenal fans see us linked to Ryan Christie, we go into fucking meltdown, mate.
I'm going to meltdown of Ben White for crying out loud.
I know.
I like
Hmm.
links like that. To be perfectly honest, like I like.
Oh,
this
no,
kind
yeah.
of thing. It's something out of the ordinary. We're trying to beat the market,
Hmm.
outwit the market.
Yeah. I like Ryan Christie. If he came to Arsenal, I'd be buzzing with that.
I honestly don't know what he's been like since. I don't know what his recent form's been like or whatever, but I know at the time we were quite strongly linked at one point.
Well, he's too good for Celtic, mate. And like, when he's played under Steve Clark for the national side, he's done well. In fact, he was one of the reasons why we even qualified in the first place.
Yeah, no, I'm literally out in the cold as far as how he's been.
Hmm.
His recent form has been, I don't know. But
No! Oh, that's it. Sorry. Fuck's
Have
sake.
Czech Republic scored?
I don't want to say anything. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But I can't. I can't. No, I can't say a word. Fucking hell. Well,
what happened? You allowed to say it?
I don't know how far Colin is behind, so I don't want to ruin it. But it ain't good.
Oh no! Don't tell me there's a goal in the Scotland game. No, don't.
I'm saying nothing because I'm not going to get my head ripped off. I'm saying nout, but give it 10 seconds, you'll see.
Modric on a corner.
You better see it.
Oh,
okay.
That's pathetic, man! Jesus Christ! Honest to God, what?
Suddenly, everyone, Croatia decided to turn up in this half.
Oh God!
Ivan Perisic, what a shock!
You shouldn't concede. Why you're bringing off John Stones and bringing on Tyrone Mings? What? What? This is Gareth Southgate for you, ladies and gentlemen. Manager. Oh my God! He's not injured.
Mate.
He's not injured. He's just good. Why? Oh God!
Absolutely makes no sense whatsoever.
No. That's gutting, man. That really is gutting.
Yeah.
It's like a feeling of getting kicked in the chest.
Well, mate, Colin, I've been saying since Friday that going to this game you should be beating Croatia because they've been crap. They have been even in this game. The first half they weren't exactly putting out trees. The second half, the class of Modric and now Perisic has shone through here.
Yeah,
the experience has come up.
As well as
that was a poor goal to concede, you have to say. I'm sorry.
As well as the fact that they're both of their in fact all of their goals. Really, it's what I said. It's what I said on Saturday on Albert's pod, mate. It's down to individual errors. It's as simple as that. Like, you cannot do that on a consistent basis at this level. You can't. I'm sorry, but I know we have limitations. I'm aware of that. But not starting Ryan Christie when Lyndon Dykes has been awful all tournament is a joke.
That is really weird. It is really weird.
I just don't know.
It's got the corner. Something different from this. Nothing.
Jadon Sancho warming up.
Well, here's the thing to you, yeah. We've got this is the best Scotland side in my lifetime. However, that Scotland side still has limitations because unfortunately, come on, the
bloke chanted in the crowd, an England fan, must have had his son's England top on because it was far too short. Looked like a crop top.
Again, Lyndon Dykes, literally nowhere to be seen. Doesn't even get the ball. He starts running, stops, and then wait, the ball's gone past him. Bruh, I never want to see Lyndon Dykes in a Scotland shirt again. He's terrible.
And like Kim says in the chat, yeah, but Clark won't play any Rangers players in this Scotland team after the season they've had.
I don't even think that's got anything to do with it, mate. I really don't.
I'm just reading out what's been put in.
I know, and I'm responding.
Yeah. That's just like, do you think
Sancho's going to get the last 7 minutes or so?
I don't even know why we're arguing, bro. Why are we arguing over a comment?
I don't know. The frustration from your part, obviously. Again, part of frustration because part Scottish and my mum's dad's side and all that. Yeah. Frustration for me because Scotland are one of the underdog teams, so you say.
Yep.
One of the better teams to watch on the eye. They're playing great, some really good football. It's just that tournament naivety that's cost you this. So it's cost you basically. Cost you against the Czech Republic game, the second goal. Yeah. That doesn't happen. If that doesn't happen, that moment, you could come back and get something from that.
Yeah.
And then obviously you got a point out of us. And then today again, it's the experienced players of Croatia that's gotten through this.
Yeah, but
Scotland have got the old Arsenal problem. They're always like 2 or 3 players short, aren't they? They've literally 2 or 3 players that are just lacking that little bit of extra quality, like Lyndon Dykes is a perfect example.
You say that, Andrew, yeah? But see that little bit of quality that you're talking about? You've got it sat on the bench in Ryan Christie, bro.
Yeah, I know.
He's took Che Adams off.
I totally agree. But, you got like Che Adams, sorry. You got Che Adams who, if it was just that slight bit better quality against England, he could have had a couple of goals easy, couldn't he?
I know.
But poor quality finishing, just at that moment.
And Nathan Patterson,
I don't even think he's the problem, Andrew, though, because when you look at our squad,
he's far from the major problem. Playing that donkey up front is a major problem.
Saka's coming
I don't understand that decision
bro.
at all.
Bro, I say it all the time about Lyndon Dykes. Yeah, the guy cannot. Honest to God, all right, maybe not. This player wasn't as bad as Lyndon Dykes, right? Because he definitely wasn't, right? But when Giroud was so bad at Arsenal, where you would literally want to tear your hair out. That's what Lyndon Dykes reminds me of. It's Olivier Giroud at his worst, not at his best. Like, you can get away with it if you've got those slight moments where you're like, yeah, I can, you've got something to offer us. But Lyndon Dykes offers nothing, mate. Nothing.
No.
Like, he is essentially Olivier Giroud. Now you bring on Nathan Patterson when the fucking game's gone. Yeah, all right then.
Well, you've got Wales who've got Kiefer Moore up front, right? He's a tall battering ram, but he's got a bit about him. He's got a bit of quality there. And Lyndon Dykes just doesn't offer that what Kiefer Moore offers Wales.
No.
He just hasn't got anywhere near the quality that he's got. And they're both playing in the Championship. But there's just gulf between them, isn't there? The gulf between.
The thing about it is, like, if Lee Griffiths wasn't injured, right, I would start him ahead of Lyndon Dykes. Yes, he can be hit and miss sometimes, but bloody hell, he's better than that donkey, man. Like, seriously, he can't.
Yes. 2-0.
Yes, come on.
It's going nice for you.
Come
on. What are you doing?
Offside.
What is this ref on? Nah, I'm sorry. Nah.
The ref has lost the plot, by the way, in the Scotland game.
Oh, wait, is that a foul? Come off it, man.
Oh, yeah, he's miles offside.
Yeah, he's off. Yeah, the ball gets deflected back to him.
Miles
Yeah.
offside. Oh. It was a really lucky goal and all. But it wasn't a goal, but you know what I mean. Ricocheted off the inside of Blake's leg.
We've just gotten extremely unlucky at certain points, but
Hmm.
you know, on the other hand, you could say that our inability to score more than one goal has come down to Steve Clark deciding that Lyndon Dykes up front is actually a good idea.
I reckon
There's that as well, yeah.
Jadon Sancho, I reckon he's given Southgate like 10 grand or something just to play the last 5 minutes. It's the only reason he's got on, I reckon. Or he's giving him his photos back or something.
The best football game on the PS1 to you. Ooh, that's
Yeah,
a tough
that's
one.
going, yeah, that's fucking going way back.
That's a
Jesus
tough one.
Christ.
I mean, I've played a few, but my first one, and this will always be my favorite. Like, you know, I'm not saying it's the best, but it's my favorite, so whatever. FIFA 99, right? For the sole reason that Arsenal had Anelka in the team, Nigel Winterburn, and all the greats that we all dream about. And the sheer fact that if you tackled the goalkeeper, you got an instant red card. That was hilarious.
No matter what, even if it's the cleanest tackle in the world, red.
Even if it's outside the box, red.
Oh dear.
I'm out of that question anyway. I didn't have a PS1. I never played it. Never played football games on them.
PS1, that's going way back for me, Jesus, as well.
I used to play sensible soccer on my mate's. Was it Spectrum or Commodore? I can't remember. I remember really, really old games both of your time. Oh, there
was international superstar soccer on the Game Boy Color as well. Like that was, I just remember playing. I had this like 16 games in one cartridge when I was younger, and that was one of the games on it. And every single time that failed, I would use it. And it wasn't so much the game that was addicted, right? It was the soundtrack during the game. It was the most bizarre shit you've ever heard in your life, but you know it was still fun. Like it was because there was this like World Cup kind of mode, and I'd always go Scotland to try and get into the World Cup, and I'd fail at the first attempt. So it's like like Scotland in real life, really.
Was it FIFA that used to bring out like a special World Cup edition and then the special Euro?
Yeah.
As well?
Yeah.
There was one of those that I had. I can't remember what year it was, what tournament it was either. I don't know if it was. Could it be USA '94, the one that England didn't qualify for? Might have been. I remember one of those being really, really good, but I don't know if that's because, I don't know, maybe it's just because I was off my head at the time in the 90s. But I used to like those special ones that come out for the Euros and the World Cups.
I still like some. Well, not the newer ones, but the older ones. Like, because I remember, like, because I think it was the 2006 World Cup in Germany and whatnot, and that shit was fun, man. Because like I'd always have like my mates around, and we'd just like have like this single elimination style tournament on the game. We'd each pick one and then go with that. But it would always end up an argument over who got Scotland. So, you know.
Yeah, I think the last one off like those World Cup / Euro games I got was I got 2006, the 2008 one we didn't qualify.
Ooh.
The last one I actually got was the South Africa World Cup game. Since then, I've just not been interested.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I did have the France '98 one as well because, when I finished my travelling and moved back to the UK, I started renting. I was renting a flat, and I was sharing the flat with this guy I was working with at the time as well, because he needed somewhere to live, so he just rented my spare room. And when we first moved into the flat, we had a FIFA tournament, and it was the France '98 one to see who got which room. So I remember that now. I won, of course, but I think it was in the end. We did it with the same. I think it was up to 18, like the World Snooker Final. So we had first to 18 basically. Best of 35 games.
Bloody Christ!
I know. But I remember that being really good. That France '98 game. Because he had Thierry Henry and Patrick Vieira and Emmanuel.
Oh, for France, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, Thierry Henry, Vieira, Petit, Thuram, Fabien Barthez in goal. Viltor, Perez might have been in the squad. I think I can't remember now.
Perez, yeah. In fact, I don't know whether he was in that squad. Is it?
I know he's in 2000 squad. I don't know if he was in the France squad for '98.
Yeah.
CZECH as well, and Nelka.
Yeah, great squad that was. That's when the headline was Arsenal win the World Cup.
Yeah. Well, thank God for that. I think again, England's over.
You know you're a real Scotsman, yeah. When you can visibly see someone yelling "fuck off" when they miss. Like, you know what? Fair play, Scotland, Canada.
1-0.
Yeah, and it's over in Scotland as well. Croatia are coming second, as far as I'm aware. They've finished second in it, so they're qualified as well. So all three teams are now qualified. So I'm starting the wound side got in, but lack of experience has done you this time. Maybe if you can qualify for the next World Cup.
No, I don't think it's lack of experience, mate. It's more down to individual errors than anything else. Like, because when you look at it, we weren't terrible in the Czech Republic game.
No.
We were the better side in the England game. And, you know, there was that bit of hope, like, in this game at halftime. But it's the same with Arsenal, mate. It's the hope that kills you, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. We'll get used to it, don't we?
Our performance, really, from England overall, wouldn't it?
Yeah, second half, we just dropped off and now Czech Republic have all the ball. It's just die again. I mean, and yet the media and all that here in the UK, we know, Andrew, going to fucking hype up England now. No matter who we have in that next game, be it France, Germany, or Portugal, or even Hungary, because they've still got a chance coming second as well. No matter, they're going to overhype us and go, "Oh, they've got a great chance. They could do it. They could do it," and then we're going to get torn to pieces playing like this against any of them teams.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll get to because I mean we haven't let a goal.
Well, especially France. Look at Mbappe and Benzema, for example.
They're boring as well. They're boring.
The only issue, like, because you can look past that, but the thing with England now is like, because let's be perfectly blunt about it, right? You've not played a good team so far.
Yeah,
you have.
Nope.
You haven't.
Oh, no, absolutely.
I include us in that, by the way, right? This is the best Scotland side I've seen, but that doesn't mean we're a good team. That we're better than we've been in my lifetime. But that's my bar is pretty low in regards to that. So, I mean, Croatia didn't really offer you anything. I mean, I'm guessing you breezed past the Czechs as well. So you haven't beat a good team. The minute you play a good teammate, you're going out. It's as simple as that. And unless Gareth Southgate can somehow come up with, I guess, a tactical masterclass, then.
Oh yeah, you just realised what you just said, Colin.
Yeah, I know. Unless that happens, you're going out in the last 16 minutes. That's all I can say.
If we play France, it'll be the first team that drops dead of boredom on the pitch that wins. Have you watched any France games? They've been as dull as dishwater as well, like England. If you look at their squad,
yeah, I've watched the first two. Yeah,
you cannot.
Yeah,
they're playing poor football. The best team's definitely been probably the Netherlands and Italy, I think, by far, really. And I've also enjoyed watching Wales.
Yeah.
As well. They've been
actually look into that now, actually. See who's got who so far. Going back on Saturday, I think it is, 1 sec.
Right. So let's see.
So yeah, it's Wales versus Denmark on Italy versus Austria on Saturday. Netherlands and Belgium still got to wait for their opponent to be confirmed.
Yeah, it's going to be France.
Croatia playing on Monday. England playing next Tuesday at 5 o'clock against the Group F second place team. Obviously, as we've mentioned, France, Germany, or Portugal, or even Hungary.
Can you believe that? I mean, what are the chances? England, round of 16, we'll get one of those teams, and we'll be going home. We will definitely be, like Russell's put, it's coming home. It's rather we're coming home.
Yeah, because
we're already here, to be honest, aren't we? But
I mean,
there's no way we're going to beat any of those teams, I don't think.
No.
Unless we pull out the Euro 96 performance like we did against Holland. There's no chance.
We've got home advantage. That's at Wembley. We're checking now. It's at Wembley as well. The next round game. The quarterfinals.
Well, hold on.
I'm just looking at Sky Sports. That's all.
Well, actually, no, because France have advanced to a further stage. So they've missed the last 16 completely. I don't know how that works.
They haven't qualified though. They haven't qualified. How is that possible?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy. But it would either be Germany or Portugal, and even.
No, literally in their group, it's France on 4 points, Germany, Portugal on 3, Hungary on 1.
Totally agree, Steve. Might get the match.
Look at the match. Oh dear. I think we all agree on that one. Sweet fuck all.
Who was actually named man of the match? By the team.
No.
Does anyone know?
Yeah, Saturday. Nothing's come up on my screen.
I mean, it's Sterling being interviewed at the moment. Is it?
Yeah.
Sterling.
And France play Portugal, yeah?
Yeah.
So Portugal win. Portugal go top, depending on Germany's result. So France will be third in their group. Could finish third if they lost.
Yeah.
I don't know. But basically,
would you take Lampard or Gerrard as the England manager?
Lampard, no, definitely not. Just because of how things fell apart. And again, the style of football's just not all that inspiring for me. It's just
No.
Obviously he'll know some of the players from his Chelsea times at Chelsea and all that. But even then, it's just.
Here's the thing, though. Would you want to put someone who's like just coming into their own as a manager, like in charge of the England squad? Because the England squad to me is a poison chalice. Like, and I don't know. Like,
I'd have Gerrard in a heartbeat.
well, obviously, because he's the better team.
I would.
Yeah, same.
Genuinely would. I wouldn't have Lampard either, but I'd definitely have Gerrard.
You've upset Kim then. Just saying, Stephen Gerrard is staying in Scotland at the famous Glasgow Rangers. Oh,
He's
no,
doing
you're
well
not.
He's doing well there.
There's no way you do have an England going to the England manager job yet anyway.
No.
Years ahead, but it was just a theoretical question.
Oh, I know, yeah.
No. If Gerrard leaves, he's not going to England. He's going to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Which is in England.
We're talking about the England national team, bro. Not
just
the
being
fucking.
pedantic.
Oh, God.
He won't go to Liverpool straight after Rangers, I doubt. I think he'd have to do somewhere else first. But you never know.
Well, the way the game's going, mate, like that's not so far fetched though, because, like, I mean, when you've got Ole at Manchester United and you've got Mikel Arteta at Arsenal, like a world in which I know, but in a world where ex-players are taking big clubs on now, like Steven Gerrard coming in after Jurgen Klopp isn't so far fetched.
It'll be a big mistake. I mean, look what happened to Lampard, Chelsea. I'm not saying it wouldn't happen, but I think it'd be a big mistake.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Big organisation, big club with big expectations. It'd be a lot to ask. He should. I honestly agree with Kim. I think he should stay for a few more years in Glasgow before he even consider doing that. Yeah, if you can get Rangers to become the dominant force in Scotland again and win multiple titles, then definitely it'd be about the right sort of time, maybe. But if he was to do it fairly soon, no. I mean, let's face it, Klopp ain't going anywhere for a while, is he?
No.
Yeah, we've got Warren in the chat as well saying once Henderson came on, we lost all tempo in the game. Grealish, Foden, and Saka must start. So must Rice.
Yeah.
And then Colin turn away now. He says, hate to say I told you so about Scotland.
Listen, nothing that Warren said about Scotland, right, has surprised me, right? And I'll tell you why. Because I'm used to disappointment. I didn't expect us to go through from the jump. Like, my thought process, and you know this, Ryan, yeah, was always remain competitive. And even though there was lapses in concentration, you would have to say that we've done that. So
yeah,
I'm more than happy with how we've performed this tournament. Obviously, I would have liked to go through, but you know what? Sometimes life doesn't turn out the way you want it to. So I'm not too disappointed.
Oh dear. Yeah. I don't know what else to say in terms of Scotland. But as I said, he played some good football, and just Croatia's two experienced players on the pitch turned up tonight.
After Gerrard's first season in Rangers, I would have said that he would have been as successful as he has been since. He's done really, really well, hasn't he? Done a really good job.
He's done a fantastic job up there with the resources that he had at the time as well. He's had to build himself to get to where they've got to, and got to go for a season unbeaten. I know it's Scotland. Everyone goes to the SBO. It's Scotland. They're not real. He's had to play 3 Old Firm league games against Celtic. He's won them all.
He's won in Europe
as well. Once all that, he's won them. He'd done well in Europe. Was it the quarterfinals in Europe as well? So yeah, you can't really complain with the job he's done.
No,
and you know what? I won't be surprised if they win the league next season as well, because obviously they're on that high now, and obviously Celtic have higher than the fucking no mark. Because Eddie Howe didn't want the job, so they've gone for the next. Well, the next best thing. I don't know. I've never even heard of him.
Remember we had that conversation a few months ago now about Rangers back in the 90s with the players that they had. I thought, I wouldn't. Honestly, some of the players that used to play for Glasgow Rangers was just incredible, like loud drops and all the quality players. I mean, you forget half of them, and I can't. Most of them have gone out in the head again already. But Paul Gascoigne up there. Was it Michael
Paul Gascoigne,
or Brian? It was Michael.
I think it's Michael.
Yeah. And who else did they have? I mean, they had some amazing players up there.
They had did they have Flo? Or was it Celtic that had Flo? Tandro Flo.
Yeah.
It was
Celtic,
Rangers.
wasn't it? It was Rangers. It was Rangers. Yeah,
It was Rangers that had. It was Rangers that had Torre Andre Flo. They had Michael Moles as well, I think.
Obviously, had Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, Mikel Arteta in the 2000s as well. Nacho Novo. A few players that came down from. What's his name? The midfield. I can't remember what his name is now. Went to Blackburn in 2001 as well. I can't remember his name now. Androsio or something like that.
The two guy used to play for him as well.
I think so.
Or getting confused with someone else.
I believe he came down from Scotland. I can't remember now. It's been that long. But yeah, they're some decent players.
Yeah. I found out who the new Celtic manager is, Ryan. It's the same guy who managed Australia in the 2014 World Cup.
Yeah.
Doesn't say much really then.
Managed in China or somewhere as well, didn't he? For
he's managed. Yeah, he was. His last before he took this job, he was in Japan since 2017. So
days. Doesn't exactly scream ambitious, does it?
Well,
as in the appointment.
No, apparently he's the real hipster's choice. He's apparently the really, really good manager.
Obviously, time will tell. Yeah.
That had a long sort of discussion about him, and he said, what's the word? Underestimate him at your peril, basically, saying he's an extremely good manager. I'm quite interested to see how he gets on, actually.
Yeah. As I say, it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. But obviously, time will tell. See how good he adapts to and gets this team going at Celtic, because they sort of nosedive last season massively.
Well, the thing is though, like if they don't win the league, he'll be sacked for.
Of course he will. Yeah.
Because, Celtic squad, like when you look at Rangers squad compared to Celtic's, it's not even in the same league. Rangers should not be going a whole season unbeaten with the players that Celtic have at their disposal. However, they've been coasting for a while. Because if you remember, they gave They gave the job to Ronnie Delia, for fuck's sake. I mean,
Ronnie Delia
I'm saying
Smith.
and they gave it back to Neil Lennon this season, even though he couldn't really do anything.
You know what that was?
Yeah. Oh, dear.
You may just choke.
Oh my god!
Just to confirm for anyone.
You've seen that video?
For anyone that hadn't seen, basically for the people that own their music rights to that, do not come. It's not copyright strike. It's not actually playing the actual video to the song. Someone's done a mock-up of Daniel Levy, Harry Kane, and Tottenham situation,
seconds, well.
and used it as a.
I've seen it. It's brilliant.
So just to confirm, if they come after me, I'm going to say that that's what it is. And I can prove it. I can prove that as well, so they can come fuck themselves. Oh dear. But we've got a Welsh fan in the chat, by the way, in case you haven't noticed. I'm taking a little dig at you, Colin.
Oh,
oh, saying you're the weak point of a triangle as well.
Oh, piss off, man! Really, like if you want, listen, Wales fans can get their digs in now, right? The fact is, we just.
I mean, this makes me chuckle because look how long it took them to qualify for the tournament.
Honestly, right? If they, there's no way he means that, right? And I can tell you how I know that as well, right? Because I'll be willing to bet he's not looked at our World Cup group yet. Be willing to bet. Guess what, bitch? We are second. And who do we play next in that group, may you ask? Oh, yeah, top of the group, Denmark. So that'll be fun.
Oh, dear. But how many games got left in that? I can't remember. It's halfway through, isn't it?
Yeah.
Qualifying for that.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
So you're in a good position anyway. I mean, is it top two qualified? So unless you come top second.
I know.
Even if it's by a point, you fucking qualify. If you qualify, you take it. Fucking snap our hands off and run with it.
Hey, if we get to the World Cup again, that'd be fantastic because, like, we've broken our tournament duck of like
20 years and waiting, yeah,
of like not qualifying for a tournament, which is good, and now we just have to keep that. I know that we went out tonight, but just the fact that we were there in the first place is like, just the fact that we even got there is an achievement in and of itself. Like, because we're currently on like 5 points in the World Cup group. Denmark are on 9, but when you look at the other teams that we're drawn against, Israel, Austria, Faroe Islands, and Moldova. Now, we've beaten Israel quite a few times. Austria could go either way.
Yeah.
But if we qualify from that group, I reckon we'll be all right, you know. Like, and when you compare it in comparison, mate, your group, you got drawn, barring Poland, against fucking Hungary, Albania, Andorra, and San Marino. Like, bro.
Oh dear.
And on the Wales fan, actually, you're third in your group currently. So if you want to look at it that way, we're doing better than you.
You poked at me, Samuel. You've poked a bear that you should never have poked. I'm telling you now. Scotland scored going into isolation, says Warren. Breaking news.
Oh, bro, he's still chatting shit. Look at him. He's like, keep dreaming. Like,
Oh no, I've seen the next comment. I can come back, bring that up soon.
you forget our history. He's justifying going out of the Euros. Let him have his moment. Tears, bro. If you listen to me at all, you will realize that all I wanted was us to remain competitive. We've done that. Ergo, I'm happy about that. All right. Now, if you really want to go back in history, right? I know our history is shit. I know we've not qualified for a tournament in like God knows how many years. You're not telling me anything I don't already know, bro. Seriously.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Wales take longer to qualify up till Euro 2016 for a major tournament? Just saying. Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
And then didn't after you qualify, you failed to qualify for the World Cup. You've only just qualified for the Euros by the skin of your teeth.
Oh, bruh. You know what? I'm not even going to comment. I'm not even going to comment. All I'm going to say is we're second in our qualifying group. You're third. Shut your mouth.
Oh dear. Gary's asking for you to sing him a song. Play a tune before you go.
No. No. Sorry, Gary, no.
Oh dear. And Samuel, if you don't play your cards right, Karma comes back very fucking fast, and you got Denmark, who are a decent team on fucking Saturday.
If I had a violin, I'd play Samuel a song. Yours.
Oh dear. I must say, get that man in England shirt. Maybe that's referring to you. Oh dear. Oh dear. Samuel. I'm sorry. I'm warning you, Samuel. You're doing this now. You've got one step. You've got one step further. You have to do that as it stands. Because Denmark. We saw what Denmark did last night. They could tear you to pieces if they want to. They've got motivation now with everything that's gone on. You've just got Gareth Bale and Ramsey. That's it. In terms of world-class talent, they've got a squad full of talent there that are now motivated like you would not believe.
Mate, I've really riled him, innit?
Yeah, I think we both hit a nerve there.
I've really riled him, innit? Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Jeez.
Big up boy in the chat as well. Big up yourself. Now you come over from Scott's channel, so big up yourself. Hope you're keeping well.
Do you know what, bro? Keep hating. I don't give a shit. I really, really don't give a shit. You can keep hating all you want, bro. It's like whatever you want to do, it's cool, bro. You do you, bro.
Stefan said the last time Wales qualified for the World Cup was in the 50s. Ooh. We're now in 2021.
Ooh.
And then from the 50s, from that World Cup, after that World Cup, whatever, after that last qualification for the World Cup, you didn't qualify for a major tournament until 2016.
Ooh.
Just saying, just putting it out there. So don't get too cocky. Yes, Scotland had to wait 20 odd years, but you waited for fucking 40 odd years.
Yeah, and when you look about who we've appointed as managers, then you'll see the reasons why as well.
And also, at least again, I'm part Welsh on my dad's side, but you know what? When it comes to Wales, at least Scotland had a manager for this tournament.
Oh, now the truth comes out. He's Pete's cousin. Okay.
Yeah, Pete's cousin, meaning he's Pete.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
That's all it is. It's Pete. It's Pete in disguise.
I know it is. You know what?
Oh, you Pete in disguise. You Pete in disguise.
Do you know what? You do you, bro. You do you. If you want to have a go at my country, cool. Do whatever the fuck you want, bro. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. You may lose to Denmark. You may not. I don't care. Otherwise, just, go about your business. I'm all good out here.
Go, don't hold back. Please don't hold back. Tell us what you really think. It says Pete's family multipliers. Oh, no.
Bro, a Spurs family multiplying? Like, why would you wish that on anyone?
And Welsh.
Oh.
But all Spurs parents should be sterilised.
Oh, give me strength.
As soon as you come out as a Spurs fan,
That's
you
it.
should be sterilised immediately.
Oh, we've got to laugh. And that's saying, you know what? The situation that we found ourselves in tonight, we can have a laugh still.
Do you know what we really should do, right? Anyone that is a Tottenham fan, right? You should send them to your doctor straight away because that's classed as an illness.
100%. Yeah.
I think with that, before he comes back and starts crying again, we best wrap things up.
Yeah.
To be fair, Paul's having a laugh in the chat. He's having a giggle at this as well.
You know, it's funny though, right? Because he wasn't around when during the England game, was he? Oh,
No.
Now you show your face. Now you do. Yeah.
Now you turn up and it's all dead and gone. Yeah. He turned up did the World's Watchalong the other day for the last game, and him and some others popped up and he was giving the big Wales are smashing England 5-0 Bell hat trick incoming and all that. I was like,
bruh.
Really? Cool. All right.
Oh boy, Spursitis, it should be called, and that can't be cured. It can't be cured unless it's just. It has to be. They have to be sterilised so that their lines will eventually just die out.
I mean,
Oh dear.
Is Spursiness worse than COVID? Quick question.
Well,
I mean,
long term, yeah.
Well, yeah, long term.
It causes much more distress in the long term over the lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah. You won't win shit and you won't achieve nothing.
Oh dear, give me something.
Life of failure.
Amongst all that, you got the chat talk about sturgeon.
In the chat, man. Oh my god.
Oh my god, talking about sturgeon now. Bloody
oh
hell.
my god, no.
Oh my god, Stefan, please don't put things like that.
I think best wrap up quick before things get out of hand.
No, no.
Oh dear. Connor, where can people find you? Apart from even if your little Welsh friend wants to find you as well, where can he find you?
I don't think I want anyone to find me after this. No, it's actually much netter one if you want to tweet me. Hell, even you know what? If Pete or his identical clone want to tweet me, that's cool. That's cool. I'm a nice person, bruh. I'm a nice person. Even if you piss me off, I'll still be nice to you. I won't cuss you or nothing. You know, I'll be nice to you, you know, unless you cross the line, but yeah. To each their own. Just off Warren, stop it. Stop it.
Taking it too far, Warren. You're taking it too far.
Jesus.
Andrew, what about yourself? Where can we find you in the podcast? What's coming up?
That's what I say. I haven't heard that for years. I started. That's proper like old school, like happy shopper. That word. Yeah, I've started a new job, so I haven't been doing shows the last few weeks. So apologise for that, but I'll be back, no doubt, very soon. On my YouTube channel, which is From Dale Square to Where, and you can find me sometimes quite sporadically lately on Twitter at From Dale Square. Thank you for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely no problem. Hope if you're around next Tuesday for the England game, hope you can come. You'll be able to come back on if you want as well.
Yeah, I will be. Yeah, I will be available Tuesday.
Okay, cool. Sort that out on WhatsApp over the next couple of days or so. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, you've enjoyed the stream and the back and forth and all that, and this, that, and the other, do subscribe to the channel, do smash the like button, and do share the channel around. Get a link to the channel, share it around on all the social media platforms, left, right, and centre. Get as many people, new faces on this channel as possible. Until then, I'll probably, I don't know, I might do a watch along. I might do some watch alongs tomorrow. I don't know yet. See what the games are like first, and then go from there. Until then, enjoy the rest of your evening, and as always, sorry, Colin, but it's not coming home to Scotland, but it might come to England.